Good morning. I think it's about 10:30, so we'll go ahead and get started. We have a light crew this morning. I think everyone's already out for the holidays, like many of our corporate teams. So we're all here still working, right?
Yeah.
That's right. I know we have a couple announcements, and then we'll just get started on a little bit of updates. So as you know, this is the time of year where lots of things start winding down. We're trying to get the books set up. We're trying to get next year already. So, but still lots going on within the community. So we'll make sure that we give you that information. So I know Mr. Mike had a announcement. So Betsy's got your mic there. Of course, please do. Absolutely. Make sure you don't.
Thank you very much.
Of course.
I appreciate the time. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
For anyone that doesn't know me, my name is Mike Murphy. I'm the current president of Chapter 151 of FLYCRA here at Regency Oaks. Just wanted to bring you up to date on the year, what transpired. And first off, FLYCRA has celebrated its 35th anniversary year. So FLYCRA has been here serving CCRCs for the past 35 years. I want to take this time to thank each and every one of you for your continual renewal of your membership fees. It's very, very important to FLYCRA because that's the only income that FLYCRA has. We look forward to seeing your renewal for next year also. But let's go and tell you a little bit about what FLYCRA has done. And in order to do that, I would just like to set the table and say, to make an analogy,
if you want to be seen on 732, you better stand still.
I can't stand still. But I will do my best. Okay. We're somewhat like an insurance policy, your membership. It's an intangible. You pay so much money, and hopefully that money will be there when you need the protection of that insurance policy. Well, FLYCRA is the same way. You pay a membership fee. For an individual, it is $22 a year. And for a couple living in the same apartment, it is $37 a year. That's very reasonable for what FLYCRA is doing for you. And let me just tell you 3 of the examples of what FLYCRA has done. And let's start with the most recent one that you have received. You receive your service fee bill every month at the end of the preceding month. At the end of November, you got your bill for December. And included in that bill was a credit of somewhere in the vicinity of $500. That credit was for your homestead exemption for profit homes for the aged. Roughly a savings of $500 a year. It provides a direct annual benefit to all contract residents in a for-profit CCRC based on $25,000 tax saving per living unit in a CCRC. You know how long you've been receiving that benefit?
No.
Since 1998. Every year you're getting that benefit. So just think about your $22. Even if you've been here for 20 years, that's only $440. You saved in 20 years, $440 by not being a member. In 1 year, you would have gotten approximately $500 back on your homestead exemption. A second one, and this affects everything you do not everything, but it affects something that you do every day, sometimes more than once a day. When you go to eat, whatever venue you go to, you know the one thing you don't have to do?
Taxes.
Pay taxes. Do you know how long that's been in effect? Since 1996. Something else that FLYCRA sponsored. And the third, and this occurred back in 2005, and again in 2019. In 2019, FLYCRA's grassroots program of letting legislators know how their constituents feel was headed up here at Regency Oaks by Chet Janes and Robin Graham. And that is the bed tax. That was defeated, and it saves you approximately $1,800 a year because it would have been passed on, believe me. That's just basically 3 of the things that this does for your $22 or $37 a year. In total, FlightVerse actions have resulted in savings of over $11,000 a year. It's a very good return for what you have to pay for that. So in closing, what I would like to do is first thank Lindsay very much for her and the executive team's support of FlightVerse. And is Margaret here? No, Margaret is, but all of the Railroad Board members for their cooperation and support of FlightVerse. And lastly, I would like to thank you, the residents, for your support by renewing your membership each and every year. One additional thing you could do is if you have friends that you eat with or socialize with and they're not FlightVerse members, let them know what they're getting and why, and ask them if they wouldn't consider FlightVerse. And lastly, to everybody, I want to wish you a very Merry Christmas, a happy, healthy, and safe 2025. Thank you all for your time.
Thank you, Mike. We're going to be hiring him in our sales office. I know you did.
How many people are not, how many residents would you say, what percentage are not members?
Well, let's tell you what percentage are. Because that sounds a lot better.
Okay.
88% of our residences are members of FlightVerse. And it's very important that it stays there. I know Lindsay has been told that 95% occupancy next year. We would love to be at 92% with FlightVerse members.
Keep talking.
And
How long do you have? Got a cup of coffee, I can sit down and explain it to you many times.
And just a reminder, Regency pays for all new move-ins first year.
Absolutely. Yes.
What do you do with your dues money?
Well, that's a very interesting question, and it's Lindsay's meeting, so I'm going to defer it to our meeting in February or March. We're going to have a meeting, and we will go over all that with you. It's not that I don't want to, but I do not want to step on Lindsay's feet. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. He's got a lot of information of what they do with those, so please do attend that meeting in March. Miss Annette, I know you had an announcement.
Good morning. I'm Annette Pierce, President of the Regency Oaks Scholarship Fund. That is a fund that was created by Regency Oaks residents in 2015, and we have been able to award many, many scholarships. Last year alone, we awarded 33 scholarships for a total of $99,700. It's a great way to show our appreciation to our associates who work so hard for us. And it all comes from you, the generous residents. First off, I want to thank you throughout the year. I know that you have been making generous donations, just ongoing. We still invite you to do that. You may place your donation in the donation box in the mail room in both the north and the south. Please make your checks to Regency Oaks Scholarship Fund, Inc. We thank you again always for your generous donations. And too, I invite you to have a blessed Christmas season.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Any other announcements before we get started? Okay. We will roll into some updates from the leadership team. So just a reminder from IHS, let them help you with your last minute decorating or your last minute shopping or any last minute cleaning if you'd like. If you need any assistance with picking up a few items, please do contact them at 502 or 503. And for the puzzles, that last month's winner was P. Muscat and P313. So I don't know if you knew that, but you're the winners. So congratulations. She'll make sure to get you that if she has not already. So just some reminders. I know I've mentioned it every Tuesday, and I will continue. Please make sure we return all of our items. I know lots of us are borrowing these luggage carts for lots of gifts and packages. Please just make sure we return them. Again, just another reminder, we are obviously, yes, keeping Amazon very much in business. Please do give the front desk time to log those packages. I do believe it's gotten better, Betsy. So the team has been able to log those packages, and then residents are coming at a reasonable time frame that gives them time to do that, so you can still get them and make sure they are accounted for. Please do pick them up when you do get that information. Obviously, we only have so much room, so we do appreciate you continuing to help with that. So just another reminder, I remember doing some rounds last week and heard Code Brown, Code Brown, Code Brown, and I was like, oh, here we are again. So just another reminder, please make sure we're picking up after our pets. And I do remember it was in the S wing. So we were Code Browning in the S wing quite a few times last week. So just a friendly reminder, please make sure we are taking care of that. So just a little bit from Evan. So we do have some of our team that are out sick and coming back from some therapy. Listen to me. I need therapy. From PTO, paid time off. So I know he is working on some of the staffing over the next week or so. You shouldn't see any major impact, but he's making sure to be in front of that for you. So his cleaning focuses for this week, December 16th. We're going to have the north common areas outside of the elevator landings, our window ledges at the end of each corridor in the north and the south building, and then our grand lobby south windows inside and out. So again, we always like to communicate various areas of the community. There are so many, and we try to kind of just routinely get each one of them. So just a friendly reminder that housekeeping can do a deep clean in your apartment. This is of course beyond your standard clean that we already do for you. He is doing it again this week, so the next few callers will get the 20% discount on those services. So just call Evan today at extension 508. So a little bit from plan. Again, we've had lots going on with all of our projects, nearing the end of some of them. But last week they had 136 completed work orders and 32 remain open. They are continuing the AC filter replacement throughout the campus. They are working on updating the software on the fire panel. That went from 1 week to 2 months, but they're still working on it. I'm aware. We did install the booster signal and replace some damaged clocks on the Smart Rain irrigation system. So we were having some signal issues as well as some of the timers. So we finally got in that equipment, and we finally ordered additional equipment to really help maintain the system and keep it in place so we don't have damaged landscaping. So we did complete the replacement of the sockets and the light posts that were out there. We had 4 HVAC units in resident apartments that we completed. We replaced 3 damaged 3-inch pipes from the grease trap. I know you saw them digging out there and that beautiful smell we had yesterday. That was what that work was for. They are continuing landscaping, the palm and tree trimming. They're continuing that. That's with Corey and our Sunshine Landscapers. And then they are doing a dedicated line is being run from the dishwasher at the healthcare center. So all of our, regulatory wise, all of our dishwashers have to be at a certain temperature for them to be hot enough to kill bacteria. So we make sure of that. We temp them every day. We test them every day to make sure they're in compliance. So that's just an additional implementation we're doing to make sure that we meet that. So you know that your dishes are nice and hot and clean. And that's not just in the health center. So just another reminder, again, Betsy's been monumental in our pendant project. We are almost done. At some point, they have let us know that they need to go offline for about 1 hour while they do some updates. So during this time, the emergency pull cords will not work. If you need assistance during that time, please use your pendant or call 911, and Betsy was going to be completing a 1 call about that. Did they give us any more information as to which day at least?
They ran some tests yesterday and they didn't have it all.
Okay.
It's been pushed back.
Okay. So more to come on that. She'll be sending out information, but we're going to do that once more. So just a little bit from Kelly Resident Services. So it's been brought to my attention, we've had some residents going through our offices. So please, just a reminder, we have an open door policy in all of our offices, especially our main corridor here in the town hall with a lot of our team members. If they're not in their office, you're more than welcome to leave a note, call them, leave a voicemail. Please don't go through items on the desk. Please don't touch things on their desk. I know, you think that should go without saying, but it's happening. So, just friendly reminder, please let's not do that. So, I know it. But again, we mention it because it's happened more than once with more than one resident, so we just want to mention it. So just please be respectful and we'll make sure to get back to you if there's anything you need. Then just another important information. So Kelly and Carol will both be out next week. You may or may not know Carol did lose her husband. I know many of you have been able to connect with her. She was very overwhelmed coming back, so appreciate all of your understanding. Definitely a very hard time for her and going into now the holiday. So she is going to be out next week as well as Kelly. Of course, we will maintain our emergency response protocols regardless of their presence here. So anything that you do need from them, you can most certainly leave them a message. Otherwise, the majority of the team will still be here, and we will continue to maintain our emergency response process. So they will be out from the 23rd to the 27th. And of course, you can always, as a reminder, press your pendant, call the desks, and of course, if it's a major emergency, we do encourage the 911. Otherwise, you can leave Kelly at 501 or Carrie at 542, a detailed voicemail, and they will get back to you on their return. So a little bit of information. So join us Thursday, January 9th at 2 p.m. in Grand Lobby South to learn more about the Lighthouse of Pinellas Services eligibility and how to apply. So this is adult services include activities of daily living, management skills, recreation and leisure, orientation and mobility training, mental health services, peer group support, coping and self-advocacy, and one-on-one adjustment counseling. So the Lighthouse of Pinellas, their mission is to advance the independence and quality of life for individuals in Pinellas County who are blind or visually impaired. So if that pertains to you, if you're interested in that information, we'll have more information to come, but Thursday, January 9th at 2 p.m. And I'm sure it will be on the trip tables. Lots and lots of events going on. I think we've got singing every day now. So quite an active week. Ginger and Sam will be very busy. But Tuesday, December 17th, of course the day, Christmas with Highland Chorus at 2 p.m. here in Town Hall. Tuesday, December 17th, again today, the Jolly Trolley Tour of the Lights. So you can sign up at the trip table. There are still seats available, and the bus is leaving at 6 p.m. So Ginger said it is going to Largo. It is about a 3-hour trip, and it will have spiked eggnog. So if you haven't signed up, there's a good enough reason. So of course, I'm sure they'll have nice snacks and spiked eggnog for you. So it should be lovely. I don't remember which neighborhood. I know she said Largo, but Indian Trails? Okay. So it should be lovely. Those are always my favorites, so just enjoy and make sure you sign up. Tomorrow, the December 18th Children's Hanukkah musical program is at 7 p.m. here in Town Hall. We have Friday, December 20th, our Magical Singers at 3 p.m. in the Town Hall. And we have some more singing going into Saturday. The Vocal Cords Holiday Concert is at 7:30 here in Town Hall. So we're just gonna be singing until Christmas Day.
That'll be good.
So a little bit, this actually came from a request from a resident, but she just wanted me to mention it. During large events, when a volunteer is available, please do allow them to take your walkers and park it. This does assist, they will assist you when the program is over. So I know there's been lots of large events, that's lots of our residents in one room, that's lots of equipment, that's lots of chairs, that's lots of walkers. We do have an area to tuck them away. We of course want you to be safe, but we have it right a few feet away from you, that they can valet it for you. I know Mrs. Val has been wonderful and has offered her services at many of the events. So please do let them have your walker. This is just safe for everyone, so that everyone's not tripping over all of the various equipment, plus the chairs and etc. I understand it can be a little nerve-wracking, and that's your safety blanket for some, so we do understand that, but we do encourage to trust us. We will get you your walker if you need it. So again, thank you for your cooperation in that. It just makes everything with the events go a little smoother. And just a little bit from sales, they are rocking and rolling over there. We'll get Mike orientated and on the team in the new year. Get you over there. Just kidding. So they're continuing to do the remaining season of giving events is today. So they're going to be giving out some additional gifts for the gift of giving Christmas spirit time. This is of course our last quarter of the year, so a strong push to finish strong. As we've always said, we're about 92% occupied. The goal is 95. So obviously every deposit and every new move-in matters, and every move out that we can mitigate matters. But we are landing right around 14 on a budget of 14. So we're where we need to be, pushing for a little more so we can have a strong jump off for January and going into 2025. So I know Aaron sent out the information, but our ambassador holiday party is going to be December 27th. It will be in the sales office at 2 p.m. An invitation went out via email. However, if you're an ambassador and you don't use email, please take this date and time for your calendar. So we can definitely look forward to celebrating you and just showing you how much we appreciate everything you did for us all year long. Again, that will be the 27th at 2 p.m. in the sales office. Little bit from food and beverage. They are busy. My goodness, their calendar gives me a migraine. They have personal events, private events, resident events, sales events, all day, every day until probably January 2nd. But they love it. I know that they are just really excited for this time of year, and they really love all of the different events. So the beer club is 12:17. The grilling and chilling they're going to be doing out here in the breezeway. That is going to be on Friday. I believe they're making chili and they'll have beverages, of course. They have many, many private events. I think we have Brick and Vine booked every night this week, which is awesome because that's a lot of fun. So they're continuing to do those, so we always encourage to get on that list. The Rova dinner is on the 19th. Our South birthday party is going to be Friday. And just a reminder, we'll get additional information, but Christmas Day will be the holiday hours as always. So no pub, lunch service only, and no dinner service. They'll do all of the Christmas, all of the same way we always do holidays. I'm sure they'll have a way for you to take meals, and they'll get all that information out to everyone. And then we would completely be remiss if we did not mention this, but our employee gift fund party. Our residents look absolutely amazing in their Christmas trees and their elves. And just many thanks to the Employee Gift Fund Committee and all residents for their contributions and a wonderful holiday party. Our staff are so appreciative of your generosity and kindness. So I know that the team is working on a big, huge couple of cards from everyone to you all for everything that you did. So again, just thank you for your generosity and your kindness, and some really cute photos here. You look great. And then other than that, just a little bit of updates from me. I know I've mentioned it. This will be a long process. It usually takes a couple months. We will be completing all year-end evaluations for all of our associates. Our director's Christmas party, all of leadership, will be tomorrow around 3 p.m. So most of the directors will be out to dinner and not in their office. We did have our annual healthcare survey in our SNF setting, skilled nursing facility, SNF, and we received 3 minor citations. So all mostly paperwork stuff, nothing overly concerning, and we're just so proud. It was a great survey and just a great job to the healthcare team. We've been waiting on that survey for almost 2 years. They were about 18 months behind. So we are looking forward to getting our information updated and eventually our website updated. So great survey. Kyle is on PTO, much deserved this year. And we're just really happy to be starting 2025 with such great accomplishments. So super excited for that. So next Tuesday talk, we are going to cancel it. It is Christmas Eve. So I will allow all of you to spend time with your families. I will still be here, but allow you to spend time with your families and just be in the holiday spirit. You don't want to come talk shop. Paving project was completed. Again, thank you to all the residents that helped with that. It was much more smooth this year than last year. So I can remain employed by Regency. I wasn't gonna make it. The employee results survey. So we do this every 2 years. It is called the Holleran Survey. It is done by the Holleran company, sends it out to all the employees. They can do it basically by, it's a text or an email type format. And it was important for us to get full participation as well as good feedback, right? We want good feedback, but participation is a big part of that, because when you increase your participation, you get beyond just the naysayers. There's always those group, but when you have optimal participation, you capture the full picture. So we had about 93%, the last I remembered, participation from all our employees. We worked so hard to make sure that we got out and in front of that process and solicited that honest feedback. And I'm just so proud to say, not only did we have one of the highest participations in the portfolio, we had one of the highest scores. Yes. So we actually beat last surveys, and we beat the company benchmark, and we beat the Holleran company benchmark. Give me just a second, it comes back up. So we were super excited about that. That always makes me a little nervous. I get all the verbatims, I get all the feedback. But it was a big focus of ours this year to make sure that employee appreciation and retention was a top priority, and we really have moved the needle on that. So not only did we supersede last year's, we superseded the company benchmark as well as the survey entity itself's benchmark. So super proud of that. We'll continue to dig into the feedback on that to make sure that we can build upon additional improvement. So we're just really excited about that. Then, give me a second. And then I know we mentioned the fire panel. They are here, they've been here. They are still kind of working through getting that taken care of. We are hoping, again, by the end of this week, but it is being actively addressed. I mentioned senior safety, so almost finished with that. We will be getting those pendants programmed. They're just working out the last few kinks. Don't really have a date for the flooring in the north. It was supposed to be about 2 weeks ago, and it was moved on behalf of the vendor. So once I get a date, I'll communicate that, but I don't have that date. Like I said, it was supposed to start on the 2nd, then it was supposed to start on the 12th, and they pushed it back on me. So fortunately, they had some additional assessments they needed to be done before we started pulling everything up. So I will just wait for them to get back to me on that date. Other than that, we mentioned the out there, that main pipe at the gastropub and the grease trap. And then big thanks to Mrs. Jane Egbert. She did a wonderful photo of all of us yesterday. And so be on the lookout for a Christmas card from Regency Oaks leadership. So we had a lot of fun. The boys came dressed quite appropriately. So we're really looking forward to getting that card out to you. So other than that, just a very Merry Christmas. I'm sure I'll see you. I'll be here up until Christmas. But just a very Merry Christmas. It's been an amazing year. Happy holidays. Complete appreciation to everything you do, and look forward to a very happy 2025 and successful collaboration with all of our residents. So enjoy time with your family. We're here to take care of you, and let's just enjoy the rest of the year. I thank you for everything you do, and Merry Christmas. Any questions or feedback at that time?
Just a quick note, the outside door on the end wing, off the parking lot, is covered in bugs on the outside. I just wondered if that could be wiped down.
Sure, we just need to place a work order.
Thank you.
We can get that taken
I
care of.
probably should have done the work order. That would-
Yeah, let's place the work order. We'll get that taken care of.
Lindsay, do we know when the blue team remediation people will be back to the apartments to, complete, remediation work?
So this is going to be a very long process, and every apartment is different. So with your specific apartment, Betsy can probably give you a little bit more insight. She's been helping us with that. They give us a list daily when they're coming back to each one, when they're not. I know Betsy, so if we can maybe follow up with them and find out. But they're kind of going by phases. They're going back and addressing things as needed, and they've got a whole plan in place, and every apartment is a little different. What's your apartment number?
N210. Thank you.
I put in a work order a couple of weeks ago for the outside fans to be turned off because they were running 24/7. A lot of them have been turned off. However, the three on the west side of the Grand Lobby South are still going full tilt, and one on the south front porch is still going full tilt as of yesterday. So I did not notice this morning, but it's a week ago they turned the ones off of in the breezeway and other places. But would you have somebody please check and turn those off? That's a lot of electricity.
Yep, we'll follow up. Thank you, Miss Judy. Absolutely. Any other questions or feedback? All right. Well, again, Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. I'm sure I'll see you. I'll be here before then. Oh, was there one more? I can't see behind Sam.
Oh, sorry.
Any other questions? They were pointing.
Yeah, my apartment got wet with the storms, and they said they were going to tear down the walls around Christmas, which is just the wrong time, because I'll have patches and the walls not in
Yeah.
on 2 rooms that I use all the time.
So again, every apartment is different, so we can most certainly follow up with yours specifically, but they plan to take off for Christmas too, so they're not gonna be here on Christmas tearing down your walls.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And again, you all remember, Darwin has his maintenance meeting every Friday that can answer all of these questions, and not one resident attended. Actually, I'm sorry, Mr. Fregman always attends. Not one resident attended. So we really, really, really want to make sure you can get your answers. That's the first place to start. All right, well, Merry Christmas. Thank you all.